FIA single-seater director Nikolas Tombazis is confident that Formula One's new 2026 regulations will deliver more exciting racing, despite the major overhaul they bring. The upcoming rule changes will introduce lighter, narrower cars, more powerful hybrid systems, sustainable fuels, and, perhaps most significantly, active aerodynamics. These active wings will eliminate the need for traditional DRS, shifting overtaking strategies toward an electric energy boost known as manual override mode. For drivers chasing down opponents, this new system promises a fresh and unpredictable dynamic on the straights. Tombazis acknowledges that whenever F1 resets its rulebook, the competitive gap tends to widen at first. But he believes the long-term effect will be overwhelmingly positive. The aerodynamic weight created by the 2026 cars is expected to be much cleaner, allowing drivers to follow more closely without suffering the heavy downforce loss that currently disrupts battles. He explains that many lessons were learned from the 2022 regulations, and those insights have been used to create even more effective guidelines for 2026. According to Tombazis, the improvement will be dramatic. When the 2022 cars debuted, their weight characteristics were a major step forward compared to the previous generation, reducing downforce loss from around 50% to over 80% at 20 meters behind. But as teams pushed development, that benefit gradually eroded. Now, Tombazis estimates current cars have slipped back toward the 70% range, making close racing more difficult than it was 2 years ago. With the new regulations, however, the target is around 90% downforce retention, potentially the best in Formula One history. Another factor that could shake up the field is the expanded role of energy deployment. Even with identical hardware, two cars could perform very differently depending on how efficiently each driver manages electric power. Red Bull's chief engineer, Paul Monahan, points out that choosing the wrong deployment strategy could cost several tenths per lap. This opens the door to more on-track variability, more overtaking opportunities, and a greater chance for mistakes to influence the racing. Monahan also predicts that the learning curve for teams will be steep. New electronics, new aerodynamics, and new power units could create significant performance scatter, especially early in the season. And then there's the basic question: will every car even make it to the finish? Reliability will be an unknown variable during the first races of 2026. With uncertainty and innovation woven into every part of the new rulebook, one thing is clear: Formula One is preparing for a radical shift, and the racing could become more unpredictable and more thrilling than ever.